All right, hey, Shalom, Akim. We're coming back again to prophesy the downfall of America, to let the Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. We want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to all you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect, and enduring all afflictions, and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, as always, we're going to go into the scriptures, and we're going to go straight into prophecy, you know, and break down that word, and just branch off there and let the Spirit guide. So the brother's going to jump off with 2nd Esdras chapter 15, because 2nd Esdras 15, starting at the first verse, man, like that whole chapter, it goes into every single thing you can think of: faith, disbelief, the end of the world, you know. So in that chapter, everything is summed up in that one chapter. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always just jump around to different scriptures and different books. You could start off with one chapter and go all the way down, and within that one chapter, branch off, man. Okay? So the brother's going to start off with that one.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, spake thou in the ears of my people. Salaki, let me read that again. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth.
Right, and who's speaking there? It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, they're telling Esdras, speak unto my people. Who is it? Who is the Most High's people? The Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, that's who that people is speaking of. Go ahead and read that one more time.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people.
Right, speak thou in the ears of my people. So that's who we come out here for. We don't come out for everybody, like the churches. We're not universal. Okay, we are what you would call segregation, to segregate, to divide. Okay, to separate, separatist. That's what we're about. That's why, because that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about. He's only handpicked one group of people that he loved. What he calls beloved. That's what David's name means, Dawadah, beloved. He called Yahweh Shai that, my beloved son, of whom I am well pleased. He ain't pleased with everybody else. Why? Because he handpicked and chose a peculiar group of people that were going to be close to him, man. Special unto him, peculiar, a treasure. Not everybody else, not everybody can fulfill that, man. All right. Since the brother read that, I'm gonna go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him we all come, we all, and the people also, whom thou hast chosen. So all the people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's right when they say we all come from Adam. That's you do. But the Most High handpicked one group of people and set them near to himself. That's it. Everybody else was out there. What you would call the outcast, the Gawayam, the heathen. Okay? It says, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. And this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. So everything from the beginning, this earth, and all the things that are in it were created for the elect, and everybody else to take joy in it. But he set a group of people to manage that house. All right, to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to conduct and to maneuver in on this earth, man. It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be Lord over us and to devour us. And that's what's going on to this very day. So that's prophecy being fulfilled right now. But simultaneously, it's being translated and the elect are rising up. Kwam Yasha'Allah, that's what that means, rise Israel. And that's what's happening. Kings and priests are rising up to rule the earth in righteousness. Because right now the earth is governed in wickedness, man. Rebellion, homosexuality, bestiality. You got the LBGQ community, that lesbian and gay bisexual community. That's what's governed here in America. That's what's advocated here in America and condoned. And that's what we speak up against, man. Okay? But because you speak up against these things, here in the land of America, Great Babylon, spiritually known as Sodom, you were made as a prey. People hate on us, people dog on us, people, even if they don't know what we actually do or speak about, through the spirit, they dislike us. Because the Most High is separating us. Okay? It says, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, and are given into their hands. You see? So that's who the Most High's people is, the elect, is the Israelites. You got a precept?
I was gonna.
Okay. Go ahead. Bring it.
This is Isaiah chapter 45,
Beautiful.
verse 17.
Go ahead.
But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Because where's the Israel? Where's the name Israel coming from? It's coming from when the angel, or when Jacob wrestled with the angel, there at the Peniel. Okay, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But you brothers know what I'm talking about. And the angel gave him that name Israel, which means in Hebrew Yasha'Allah, which means he is the Prince of Power. Go ahead. So that's who it's talking about. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
World without end, man. So the elect are not going to be confounded. World without end. In this world and in the next one for sure. Because in the next kingdom, the rulership is going to be for eternity, man. Forever and ever and ever. There's no number added unto that. It's not likened unto the kings of the earth in past time and the king of this time, which is Esau. His days are numbered. The writing's on the wall. But when it comes to the elect to rule, it's with world without end. There's no ending to it. It's once and for all. Okay?
It's funny how you were mentioning earlier how scriptures lined up. You know, sometimes the same chapter, the same verse and everything. Well, in John 3:16, 15 and 16, it tells you that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai came to save the world. And right here it's telling you that Israel is that world that he came to save.
Yep.
But
more on it? Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse 18, for thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that created the heavens, the power himself that formed the earth and made it.
Right.
He hath established it.
And who did that? Yahweh Shai did. He was given the authority and the power to create all the things that we see and don't see. The firmament, okay? The waters. Go ahead.
It says, he created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am Yahweh, and there is none else.
Right, so everybody's going to take part in what the fruit produces, what the earth produces and brings forth. Right, but it was primarily given to the elect of Israel to rule. In that same chapter, I go to verse 4. Just to verify who the elect, the chosen is, and who his people are.
That's beautiful. I'll go up to 19 after that. It says, Isaiah 45 and 4, for Jacob, my servant's sake.
See, so that's Israel. Go ahead.
And Israel, mine elect.
Israel, mine elect. So that's who the elect is. That's who we're speaking the message to. Even if it's a 2/3, we don't know until we speak to him, and after that, it's left to the Lord's dealing. So we don't know unless that person bugs up. Then yeah, he's a 2/3. But even at that, the Most High could have mercy. He could repent and still get right. But we're out here to speak to the elect. That's who we're trying to seal up. That's who we're fishing for. And it just verified right now. The brother verified it through Isaiah that the elect is Israel. Go ahead.
I have even called thee by thy name.
Yep.
I have even
Thy firstborn. He even called you by thy name, man. His fervent lover, his wife. He's likened Israel unto a comely woman.
I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I am Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me.
Right, because Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, he's the one that does all these things. And you got 2/3 of our people, they don't know him. They don't know who they worship. They don't know who they pray to. They don't know the right names. They don't know that this book is a spirit of prophecy and the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. They don't know that. They don't know that this whole book is him. This is his body. This is his blood, his flesh. You got something in 19?
This is Isaiah 45:19. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, Yahweh, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right.
Yeah, because that's who he's dealing with. He revealed the secrets unto the prophets. And who are the prophets? Israelites. Who was Moses? Moses was a prophet. He even spoke to Adam by way of the prophets. Nothing was hid unto his people. From the very beginning, the time of Adam, there were prophets there, man. By way of the mouth, the laws and commandments were being pushed out. But during the time of Moses, it was written on tablets, on stone, on papyrus, on parchments, and later on down the line with the apostles. And now it's being written on the minds of our heart, because that's what the Most High was always trying to convey, is that it had to be stuck here, man. It had to be here, written upon the table of your heart, which is the law in the Hebrew, which is the mind. So the Lord is not doing none of these things in vain, nor are we. Lord willing, we're not outcasts. I speak for myself. At least I beat the air, you know, like Paul said. You know, I preach to others, and I myself an outcast. So we walk and do this thing in confidence, and hope in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's mercy that he's dealing with us, man.
That's right.
There's no other way. And you got to go out to the highways and the byways. You got to do the work, man. You can't just be puffed up. The scriptures say knowledge puffeth up. And what? Where are your works? You got to go out to the highways and the byways. You got to present your body a living sacrifice. You got to speak prophecy. You got to warn your people. He told Ezekiel that. And that's what we're going to get into back in 2nd Ezra. But I wanted to go into how he told to go and speak into the ears of his people. He ain't talking about everybody. He didn't say the whole world. He did tell the apostles, though, that he was going to send them out unto all the nations to be a witness. But why? Because he had other flock. He has sheep that are lost and scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth, man. That's why. Not because he's trying to gather in the other nations, the heathen. They're imputed as nothing. But you got to have faith and believe in that. You got to really believe that this word is the truth, and not try to transform it and conform it into your way of thinking or what your beliefs is.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1.
Yep.
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
The words of prophecy. The word prophecy means pro before to say. So something is coming before it comes to pass. We're speaking about it. You know what I'm saying? Before it comes to pass. Or a prophet means to say before. Basically, they're both the same. You know, an unseen event, and we're speaking about it, letting you know it's gonna come. Surely it shall come, like it says in Habakkuk. That's prophecy right there. In that book, Habakkuk chapter 2, that's the Spirit speaking prophecy. He's breaking it down to you, what prophecy means when you read Habakkuk chapter 2.
verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper.
Like we have here, or like what they had written on stone, or like the apostles, they had written on parchments and the papyrus. And in our time, we write on paper, what you call paper, notebook paper, right?
For they are faithful and true.
Because they are faithful and true, man. There's no other word out in the earth that you can depend on to help you foresee the future events, or to let you know where you're going off and how to avoid death. There's no other book. If there is, it's based off your diet. It's just trying to show you how to live and have a healthier, so-called healthier life, but not for eternity, not into the next kingdom. They write books based off how to eat good and exercise the flesh, not the spirit, like this book. Because why? Because they're carnal. They're not spiritual. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is spiritual. He rained down that latter rain, which is what? Wisdom that fell down as dew unto the elect. Israelites. All Israel witnessed it at one point when they were brought out of Egypt. But you had 2/3 those rebels that disregarded it, man. They murmured, they complained, they sat down at the table, they rose up to play. They didn't give a shit about what Yahweh Shem Yahushua was doing for them. Right? Read that part one more time.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Yep, they're faithful and true, right? This is Deuteronomy 32, and this is going back to what I was saying. Give ear, O ye heavens. Give ear, O you heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. Whose mouth? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, by way of who? The prophet. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. So that's how the Most High has likened prophecy, his word, as rain, water, man. Because water does what? It nourishes you and gives you life. You ever feel like real lethargic or real lazy or sluggish? Drink some water and you'll see your energy levels spike up. That's all it is. You just need water, man. You ain't drinking enough water. If you drink a lot of water, you have a lot of energy. But you can't solely depend on that. It's like in the scriptures, it gives you the different, like wine, bread, the lamb meat, goat meat, right? Fish, leavened or unleavened bread, right? All those different things, they have a part in keeping you going, man. It's the same thing in life. When you want to talk about physical, like Esau, that's all they talk about. As like I said, on how they try to keep you living longer. So the Most High, he's spiritual. You got something?
There's Matthew 4:4 and also Luke 4:4. But I'm gonna get Luke 4:4. It says, and Yahushua answered him, saying, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right. Every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, man. Okay? Because that's that the scriptures say out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Okay, that water is what's everlasting, man. And what is that water? This word. It's not talking about essential water or Fiji. What is that one called? Is it Fiji? Fiji, and you got all these different other waters, right?
Circa, all kinds of.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about it spiritually. His son, Yahweh Shai, man. Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. You shall not live by bread alone. And that's why people think that, oh, I got to eat and I'll be good. I'm strong. That's all I need, man. No. You can shake your head all you want. You know, and that man, our own people are real low-life pieces of shit, man. They're the only ones that most of the time they want to buck up and talk down and look down upon us, man. Yeah, you got Edomites that do it, but more or less Esau, he just goes on his fucking business and because this is his kingdom, this is his world. You know what I'm saying? But you got 2/3 of our people that always have a damn problem because of what we speak about, man.
That's right.
Not realizing that we're telling them that they're a special people. They're Hebrew Israelites. They're God's chosen people.
That's right.
But instead they shake their head, they talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my way over here, I was watching the elder Malcolm. He was out on the highways and the byways, and he was talking about how he was talking to, friends of the world that he hung out with for a couple minutes. He talked to, and he was saying how he has explained to them that they're a special people, and they're like, okay, yeah, we can see that, but we don't think we're going to be ruling over everybody else. Israel's always thinking
low self-esteem.
They
They have low self-esteem, and they don't think that the impossible is possible. But you have to believe. You have to have faith, and that's what it is at the end of the day. The 2/3 they don't have faith. Not all men have faith. They have confidence, but their faith is not the faith that they had to have it in this word, in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. They have confidence in their flesh. It says, cursed is the man that trusteth in his own arm, man. In the book of Jeremiah 17, roughly paraphrasing. And then, what does it say? Cursed is the man that trusteth basically in another man. You can't be doing that, man. You got to put your trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, and that's it. And of course, the brothers, you got to develop some form of trust, but you can't depend on the brother to save you in that sense of receiving salvation. If he does, it's by way of this word, because this word is what seals you. Not because of him, not because of me, it's because of this word that proceeds out of my mouth. That's what's going to give you that nourishment, that healing. That word healthy, right? Hang on. Healthy goes back to the word whole, or whole. To be made whole means to be made healthy. You see? Not a woman can't make you whole, like there's songs, and there's those old school songs, and it says the woman she's my whole, like she's made my whole world, or you know what I'm saying? That the woman in the food that you're supposed to be depending on is right here, man. The spirit of prophecy. Okay.
In Spanish, Jake says, "You eres mi media naranja," which means you're my other half of the orange, meaning you make me whole.
God, you know what I'm saying? And that's true. It's like in it's probably kind of corny and shit, but in the movie Blood In Blood Out, when that demon Miklo, got his leg cut off, and Magic, linked up with him. He told Magic, you're the other half of mi corazón, and the leg that I don't have, because he would help him walk. You know what I'm saying? He would be his forefront, his front man that would go out and do his shit. He would call the shots. Miklo would call the shots, but Magic would go do the dirty work, because Miklo, he had that amputated leg. But he told Magic, you're the other half of mi corazón, and what the brother's saying is true. That's how a lot of men are with their woman. But not realizing that this is it. This is that missing piece. All right? You got something?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. I have planted a pool of water, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave the increase.
Yep. Read up a little bit. Like the
verse
second.
4.
Yeah.
So like it. Let me just start off at verse 1. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Mashiach.
Yeah, because people out here, they're carnal. The word carnal means to be earthy, not spiritually minded. Okay? Go ahead.
I have fed you with milk and not with meat.
Yep.
For hitherto, so like
the meat is prophecy. It's the harder parts of the scriptures. Okay? So he has to feed you with milk, the basic things to get you to develop the faculties of the mind, the spirit, to understand, to analyze what this book is conveying to you. All right? Go ahead.
It says, and not with meat, for hitherto we are not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able.
See, you're not able. So, that's why we speak. It's not hard for someone to understand. Even kids get scared when they hear about the end of the world. You talk about the end of the world and destruction. That's easy to understand. Because the scriptures say, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. So we're not coming out here with the strange speech. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Everybody that's driving by, they know what I'm doing. They know we're preaching. You know what I'm saying? But they just need to come out here and see what it's about. And when they do, they're going to be told. But they're going to be told the milk. I'm going to be like, do you know what the Lord, what the Lord really looked like? Do you think that image that everybody has in their churches and their homes, you think that's really the Lord that's spoken of in the scriptures? I'm going to go to basic things. I'm going to ask them, do you know what faith is? Just simple, basic things. Milk, not the meat, because meat is a representation of prophecy. That's the harder parts of the scriptures.
Verse 3, for ye are carnal, for whereas there is among you envying and strife and division, are ye not carnal, and walk as men?
Mm-hmm. Walk as men, not spiritual. You got children of men, the sons of God. You got the sons of the wicked. The sons of God are the ones that walk spiritual. They have a spiritual mindset. Go ahead.
Verse 4, for while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollo, are ye not carnal?
See? Go ahead.
Verse 5, who then is Paul, and who is Apollo?
Yeah, who's Paul? Who's Apollo? And Paul's saying this. He's speaking of himself. Say, who's Paul? Who's Apollos? Right? Because Apollos, he was a man with great faith, full of the Holy Spirit, that once only knew about the baptism, and he was taught by Ananias and Sapphira, and they gave him more understanding of what was really going on. Okay.
But ministers by whom ye believe.
Right, by ministers by whom you believe, because they're teachers. They went out into the highways and the byways. They were going to the different areas in Asia Minor preaching the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And people looked up to them. People followed them, right? Go ahead.
It says, even as Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave to every man, I have planted, Apollo watered. Yep. But Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave the increase.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gives the increase. He increases you with what? Faith, more knowledge. That's what it means to increase you or to enlarge your border. He fortifies what you have. He gives you a sound mind. He gives you spiritual gifts. That's what that means. Yeah, Paul, I can't give you discernment. I can't give you discretion. I can't give you these things. Those things, some of those things are self-taught, experience. And ultimately, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has to open your mind to be able to receive those things, on how to use the mind to do that, man. So that's what we're doing. We're out here. We plant. What is it? Plant. We're planting the seed. We leave you with a little bit of thing, and you walk away. But that little bit of thing that we spoke could be enough to grow, and where the Lord, it gives you that increase. It allows it to grow, because the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is likened unto the Son of Righteousness. What does the sun do? It brings forth life. It's an energy source. Who's our energy? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He's not the damn sun though. El Sol, he ain't that. So it said that the Most High gives the increase. That's it on there, right? Okay. Let me finish this one. Deuteronomy 32 and 2. My doctrine shall drop as rain, right? My doctrine, which is the teachings. Okay. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our power. Because I will publish the name of the Lord. Ascribe ye greatness unto our power. Praise and all glory goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All you heathens, all you other, you gainsayers, naysayers, you're going to bow down at the feet of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
Let me get this one real quick before I go any further. This one. Oh, I know. Yeah, look, so, you see? Look at the brother, he got this water. He's got life water, man. You know what I'm saying? This is that life.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is it right here. Well, matter of fact, you bring it out. This is hold what you got. Second Ezra, and you still got that one in Peter. Second Peter, okay. Get the one in the book of Sirach 24. Sirach 24 or Ecclesiasticus.
24.
Yeah, chapter 24. We'll start at verse 25. Just to verify more what that water is, because in Deuteronomy 32 it says, "My doctrine," right? Take heed to my doctrine, and I'm gonna let it come down as the rain, basically, right?
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 24 and verse 25. He filleth all things with his wisdom, as Sion and as the Tigris in the time of new fruit.
Right. Read it one more time. Go a little bit slow.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 24, verse 25. He filleth all things.
Who is he? Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They filleth all things. What does that mean? Is that he gives everything its existence, its ability to function. What Israelites, the 2/3 of the heathen, the earth, the moon, the stars, the circuit of the wind, everything that exists is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai gives them that power, that energy. Go ahead.
He filleth all things with his wisdom.
With his wisdom, which is wisdom not to understand, which is what? The Holy Spirit, right? Ha-Rakakwadash, which is who? Yahweh Shai.
As Fison.
As Fishon, which is one of the four heads of the rivers over there in the Garden of Eden.
And as Tigris.
And Tigris. Go ahead.
In the time of new fruits.
And what's in those rivers? The water. So he fills them things, those channels, with water. And what?
It says in the time of new fruits.
In the time of new fruits. So everything has its season. The summer comes, the winter comes, things die, it grows back. So it's just a process, right? But Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is in control of all that. Go ahead.
Verse 26. He maketh the understanding to abound the Euphrates.
What's that?
He maketh the understanding to abound like Euphrates.
What verse are you on?
26.
24 and 26. Okay, read it one more time.